as it was before, next to nil. There is really no way to organize elections under the current circumstances with a prime minister, namely al-Dbeibah, who rejects the election laws issued by the parliament, the House of Representatives, and on the other side, a parliament, the House of Representatives, which rejects the prime minister. So there is simply no common ground between them. Currently, there is also absolutely no need for al-Dbeibah to seek a compromise or to hand over to Fathi Bashaga, as al-Dbeibah is currently firmly in charge. Oil imports are increasing. This means al-Dbeibah has full access to the oil revenues with the appointment of a new chairman of the National Oil Corporation. Several of the most powerful Tripoli militias are protecting him from Bashaga and his allies, although those who are protecting al-Dbeibah are also on odds with each other, as the recent fighting in Tripoli has clearly demonstrated. The situation in Tripoli is currently extremely tense anyway, between the pro-al-Dbeibah Constitution and Election Support Force and Osama Shweli's forces of the so-called Libyan Army Western Military Region. We could see some fierce fighting in the next weeks, and maybe this could also decide about the power struggle between al-Dbeibah and Bashaga.
The military commission 5+5 had met in an effort to unify the Libyan armed forces. Does that give you an optimistic perception of a possible reconciliation between East and West in Libya?
Not really. In Western Libya, there is a Libyan army almost only by name. It consists of a Ministry of Defense. The Minister of Defense is in a double function, Prime Minister al-Dbeibah, of several staffs and headquarters for brigades, some military schools and academies. Troops really loyal and subordinated directly to Lieutenant General Mohamed al-Haddad, the Chief of General Staff of the Libyan Army, number at best between 2,500 and 3,000 troops. That's not a lot. Most of the militias in Western Libya are considered part of the Ministry of Defense or of the Ministry of the Interior and are also getting paid through them, but they operate entirely independent. I would rule out that the core units of the most important militias, of the militias of Operation Volcano of Rage, who defended Tripoli against Khalifa Haftar's Libyan National Army, are willing to unite with the Libyan National Army. Maybe there is some kind of symbolic common supreme command or something like this, but the real reconciliation and unification will not be the case anytime soon. And I don't see a reason why in this struggle for reconciliation, Libya should be the exception. I don't know any country where 2 years after the last shot was fired in the major civil war, armies of the former warring factions are getting reunified. This is simply not realistic.